Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're going to start a series on maximizing metabolism. And I wanted to cover this topic, Adam, because I just ran across a couple articles in my news feed. I've subscribed to all kinds of different topics. But this is still something that a lot of people just don't get. And I think the number one fallacy is just conceptual, where everybody views metabolism as something that they can have this amazing impact on just by exercising. Like I'm gonna ramp up my metabolism by exercising. Or now with the whole reverse dieting trend, everybody thinks, well, I'm gonna supercharge my metabolism over in this direction if I just eat enough food. And that's just really not true. So I wanted to start with just a little bit of a definition. First of all, metabolism happens at the cellular level. So between 60 and maybe 100 trillion cells in our body, there's this constant need for energy in the cells. And there's also this constant turnover between an anabolic and a catabolic environment. You're gaining or you're losing. And we gain and lose even in the same day. And even in a tissue-specific sense, you can actually be gaining and losing body fat at the same time in your own body. So this is a really deep topic, and I think we should take a kind of a long series, Adam, and tackle it. What do you think?
Absolutely. Everyone looks at metabolism like it's an organ in the body, and when they talk about it, and I seriously think if you told people you could remove or double your metabolism, they would think that. But really, it's a combination of a lot of things that we're going to talk about. And when we speak of maximizing metabolism, I just want to state that when you're dieting, that is not the time to do that. Now, it's also preventing it from suppression, which we're going to talk about. But I get this all the time. I move a client's intake and they're like, I want to try to maximize my metabolism. I'm like, well, now's not the time to worry about that when you're dieting.
Well, you said this so perfectly. I'm glad you said that people view it as an organ, that it's either working or it's not, or you can fix it or you can't. Because this is one of the things, when I was looking this up a little bit, just to see what some of the most common thoughts were, I looked up metabolic researchers from Harvard, from Johns Hopkins, from Columbia, and every top researcher had this at one of the very first comments. You just can't affect it. It's genetic. There are almost 50,000 genes in your DNA strands that govern metabolism. And every researcher to a person said, you have such little impact. It's virtually non-existent thinking you can change your metabolism. So what you said about the differences between being in a calorie deficit or not, exercising hard or not, exercising a certain amount or not, those are the spaces we can move that needle, but it's still so much less than a lot of people think.
Absolutely.
So give me some context. What have you seen in variability? Because this is what we're going to talk about in the next episode. But we all have our stories of people who had to drop down to 600 or 800 calories, and then we have other people who are eating 4,000 calories and they're still losing. How much variance do you see?
A whole lot of variance. I've had clients, under maybe 900 calories before, and I've had people who were probably 1,800 calories and they're show ready. And that's with women. And then I recently had a guy who's just barely dropped below 3, and he's just losing like a racehorse. Ironically enough, he preps with his girlfriend who is very low. So she's thinking, what's wrong with my metabolism? And right. It's just those genetic differences.
Yeah. And like I said, you have to view this from the top down as when you are catabolic, meaning you're creating this calorie deficit, then there's definitely a way to move in that direction that is going to help you not suppress your metabolism in an undue way. But there's also this fallacy, again, coming from the whole reverse dieting crowd, that if I just eat enough, my metabolism will be amazing. And they just end up with an awful lot of body fat. And then they have to diet harder and longer, which ends up suppressing their metabolism. So it becomes kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. So You guys stay tuned. We're gonna roll through a handful of episodes here, and then next one we're gonna talk about exactly what the norms are and how far they can vary.